Let's use this image to walk you through the GnRH agonist long protocol step by step. So in simple terms, it's a long protocol. On the far left, you see normal physiology. The hypothalamus sends out GnRH in little pulses to the anterior pituitary. Each pulse activates the GnRH receptors. So then the master gland of pituitary releases LH and FSH in pulses. The ovary grows a dominant follicle, estradiol rises, and eventually that rising estradiol triggers a big LH surge and ovulation. In other words, a healthy axis that is fully capable of producing an LH surge. In the second panel, we start the long protocol in the luteal phase. This is, instead of brief pulses, we give continuous GnRH-agonist. So we break what the brain is understanding. Continuous hormone is given. It has a higher affinity and a longer half-life. So initially you see a flare, a short-lived rise of LH and FSH as the stored hormone starts getting empty. That happens against a luteal background and is clinically harmless. But it's the first step in overstimulating. The third section shows what happens when a continuous agonist exposure is maintained. Desensitization. What does that mean? Receptors cluster and are internalized and degraded. So they are fewer GnRH receptors on the surface. The remaining receptors uncouple, exactly what happens in machines, from their G protein signaling pathways. Calcium channels are less responsive. LH synthesis falls, and overall pituitary responsiveness to the pulses that go from higher up, GnRH pulses, is lost. Functionally, this is reversible medical hypophysectomy. The gland is there, but can no longer mount a surge. Finally, on the right, you see controlled ovarian stimulation built on a suppressed background. So what have you done? You blocked the signal from an LH surge and you continue to stimulate the ovaries. We use exogenous FSH to recruit multiple follicles and drive estradiol up. But the endogenous, produced from the own body, FSH and LH, remain flat because the pituitary is now desensitized. Even with high estradiol levels, there is no endogenous surge. That allows us to choose the exact timing of final oocyte maturation with a trigger and then perform a collection on a schedule. So the message of the whole graph is, in the long agonist protocol, continuous GnRH agonist first flares, then shuts down the pituitary, takes it away from the entire game. So ovulation timing moves completely from a patient's physiology to the clinician's hands.